Hey guys, it's TimeGazer9753, and today I'm going to be going back to Trick or Treat visual novel. I haven't played this in a while, since like last year, so I actually don't know, can't really remember the story, so we're just going to get into it. Several minutes have passed since I started to walk hand in hand with Ashley. Yeah, I don't know what's going on. At the beginning, I did not trust her at all, but the more time passed, the easier it was to believe her. I hadn't noticed before how comfortable her hand is, soft and pleasant to the touch. I blush, just thinking about it. Even if she is a witch, she's a girl too, right? Then I sigh. Come on, Axel. Composure. Yeah. With every step, the curse of the forest seemed to weaken. The atmosphere was less oppressive. Every minute until finally I was able to forget about the unpleasant feeling. Before I noticed, the darkness had returned to normal, feeling only empty. The rotten smell also had disappeared without a trace. Now I could really say I was in a common and ordinary forest, even boring. But I could not be more grateful for that. Just a little more to get out. So let's keep moving. Then I set my sigh. The back of Ashley, watching her walk in silence. She was completely focused on that simple thing. If you're the witch from the legend, why are you helping me? I suddenly asked, not thinking twice before it. I was really intrigued by that. Ashley stopped, turns, looks at me with an angry face. Idiot. You really think that all witches are evil? She was right. The general image of witches is not good, but it's not as if stereotypes were truthful. Then she closes her eyes, making an annoyed face. It's true that I had supernatural powers, but I never used them to do harm. Ashley lowers her sight and pauses. Suddenly she looks sad. My only sin was to be born in the time of the witch hunts. That's why I was condemned. That explains it well. I feel that I can trust she is good. But there is still one more question. And now, how did you end up becoming a cat? Ashley immediately blushes. She was so embarrassed that it was almost adorable almost. Well, before my execution, there was a cat watching in the distance. So I decided to transfer my soul into it. She explained, avoiding looking into my eyes. Of course, we now share the body we have like a deal. The cat will be happy as long as it has something to eat and a place to sleep. I try to provide her with all those needs. And in return, she lets me stay in her body. As she talks, she is blushing shyly. I see. I think it's a fair deal, I replied with a sincere smile. The truth is that I found it a little funny. It turns out that she is both a girl and a cat. That answered some questions. Ashley closes her eyes and nods a couple of times. When she wants, she can be very cute. Too bad that happens so rarely. Not saying more. Ashley continues walking to the exit. This time I stay in silence. All that remains for me is to escape from this place. 3:15 a.m. Well, here we are, Ashley said just a few minutes after we walked. She isn't lying. I can see the end of the forest in the distance. I had to contain my desire to scream with joy at that moment. There must be 2 other humans close here. Your friends? Go with them and return home. I hope that nobody else comes tonight. Ashley said, giving me a subtle farewell, but strangely she does not let go of my hand. She looks deep into my eyes. Amazed, I notice that gentleness that reflects on them. Can you make me a promise? She suddenly said with an honest voice. It was no joke. What is it? I asked full curiosity. I don't know what I could do for a witch, but after helping me to escape, I think that she deserves me to hear her request. End this legend. Then she muttered with an air of sadness. I can't understand why she asked for something like this. I want you to help me to keep people away. The legend only attracts more people, as in your case. I need to kill it, replacing the supernatural danger with a human danger. A human danger? So you want to scare them with ordinary dangers as thieves and vicious animals? On second thought, there is logic in what you asked. If you remove the element of magic and only leave the danger, then exploring the forest is not worth the risk. Ashley nods, and then looks into my eyes, blushing. Yes, exactly, she said, pleased. Okay, I'll do it. You can rely on me, I responded with determination. I wanted her to know how serious I was, that it was not a promise I would forget as soon as I got out of the forest. Thank you. Then she closes her eyes momentarily and her chest with pride. You ain't as stupid as I thought. Ouch. I should have expected something like that. Hey, I told you not to talk ill of someone when they're in front of you, I complained angrily. This girl simply will never change. After seeing my reaction, Ashley cannot help but laugh. I'm sorry. Ha ha ha. It's the first time I've seen her so happy. That made me blush. Ashley looked unexpectedly adorable at that moment. My heart was nervously beating as if I was with a normal girl. Suddenly she stares at me and gets so close her face is less than an inch from mine. Again she demonstrates not knowing what personal space is, but this time I don't know whether to be angry or thankful. Having her so close, a beautiful girl, makes me very nervous. This is farewell, she suddenly said. Then she brings her lips to my cheek and gives me a tender kiss. Everything becomes white at that moment. Everything loses its color, everything is gone. Everything. 3:18 a.m. Ooh, it's the moon. I'm outside of the forest. I have no idea how I made it here, but this is no illusion. I am bewildered, as if I had been sleepwalking. Axel, Axel. Suddenly I hear someone calling my name, but it's not any strange voice. It's the voice of my friends who are looking for me. Hey, over here! I shout out. Without a second of hesitation. With a bit of clumsiness because of my confusion. Soon they found me and impatiently ran towards me. Where were you? The warrior was killing us. Stephen said with a face that I didn't remember having ever seen before. Before answering, I rubbed my forehead. Within the forest, I couldn't find the exit. Alfred was about to say something, but before that, I interrupted him. Anyway, it doesn't matter. I was just lost. The important thing is that we're all safe. Yes, you're right. Hey, don't you feel that we are forgetting something? Alfred mumbled. At the same time, he lowers his sight. Suddenly, a blurry image appears in his mind. It was white and bright, but I can't remember more. However, that weak memory awakes a sudden feeling of nostalgia in me. It was as if I had lost something, but what could it be? Anyway, we should go home. This has gone too far for a test of courage. I said with no intention of spending one more minute in this forest. They both agree with me. With nothing else to say, we can only return home. By the way, guys, we should write on that page to not go to the forest. Forget about the witches. Somebody might get lost there, as it happens to me. It was a miracle that I came out alive, with the beast lurking around. Before knowing it, my lips move. Why did I say that? I have no idea, but something inside inspired me to do so. To be honest, I have no memory of the beast I speak of. All I can remember is that it has red eyes, white fur, but nothing more. Then I remember something. I think it was a promise I made to wait. To whom? Had I made that promise? I think about it for a moment in silence. But in the end, I can't remember a thing. No matter. All I know is that I'd got out of and I'll never come back here again. Finn. Wait, is that it? Well, that's the end, I guess. Hope you enjoyed the trilogy, I guess we'll call it, because there's only 3 videos. And like and subscribe if you're new and like the content. And there'll be more videos like this in the future, hopefully. And yeah, catch yous all later. Peace.